It is really sad seeing what a lot of new immigrants are faced with here in the UK. It's so disheartening knowing that after they've forfeited lots of opportunities, they've made a lot of sacrifices, they've spent so much money, and then they get to the UK or anywhere abroad, and then they are regretting, they are frustrated, they are depressed, wishing that they didn't make that decision. And here's why I'm saying, if you are unable to tick the following boxes that I will be talking about today, please, you need to take a step back on relocation to reconsider things. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olajumoke Gbolao. If this is your first time on my channel, I want to say a warm welcome to you. And if this is not your first time, you've liked, you've shared, you've subscribed, you've even told a friend to subscribe, guys, you're the real deal and you've got my heart. Thank you so very much. Today's video, I need to let you know that there are ways to japa without tears and there are ways to japa with premium tears. I will be sharing with you the following boxes that you need to really consider and be able to think before you embark on the journey of relocating to the UK or anywhere abroad. Number one on my list will be accommodation. Guys, this is such a huge deal. And a lot of new immigrants are so frustrated, either squatting with people or spending money that they do not even have on an Airbnb or a hotel, or not comfortable. Nobody is happy living, where you have a roof over your head, to come into a place where you are begging or you are scouting for a roof over your head or spending so much more. Like all the money you traveled with, you spent it in an Airbnb or in a hotel or something. Before you relocate, guys, do you have a place to stay? Do you have a person or family or friend who you plan to stay with for a couple of months or so till you are able to get an accommodation? Because a lot of people have this opinion that the moment I get there, I'm going to rent an apartment. Things don't work like that. Back in your own country, once you have your money, you can easily get an accommodation. But here, things do not work like that. So you need to be extra prepared concerning accommodation. How much money do you have to be able to stay in an Airbnb for 3 months or for less than that, depending on your circumstance? Because house owners here in the UK are so weary of, giving students accommodation because they are worried. Will they be able to pay as a student? Will they be able to afford the rent? Subsequent ones, even if you're able to put down a deposit and get guarantors. So they are the least considered ones, and that is such a real truth here. What are your plans? Do you have enough money? If you have enough money that can help you with accommodation pending the time you get one, it's just okay. But nobody to stay with, no friend to scout that you can say, okay, we're merging our funds together, we're taking a 2-bedroom apartment and 2 of us are sharing the bills. You want to reconsider, guys. Are you planning to travel with your family all at once? If you're relocating as a student or you are coming in as a student, you really want to have a rethink about coming in with your entire family at once. Because it's less cheaper if you alone need to sort out your accommodation compared to when it's the whole family trying to sort out the accommodation at once. I also need to ask you, what are your plans regarding your job? Because as a student, you're only allowed to work 20 hours. Do you have enough funds to sustain yourself, your feeding? Eventually, when you get an accommodation, can that amount you're earning, 20 hours, can it sustain you for pay your rentals, pay for your feeding, pay for all of the other things that you will need? Will it suffice? A lot of people are just so overwhelmed with relocating without thinking about the realities that they will come to face. Now, someone is getting to hear that even after your studies, you still need to pay for your post-study UK visa, and it's a lot of money. Are you sure that you will be able to sustain yourself? A new trend that I know that is going around is students coming into the UK and working more than 20 hours. Guys, how do you come into a country as a legal immigrant and you end up being illegal because you're not sticking by the rules of the game? A lot of people are doing more than the 20-hour shift and it's detrimental to them. But they are just like, we've got to survive. Bills have got to be paid. This has got to be done. Guys, it's more than that. Except, of course, if your plan actually is to go back to your home country after your studies, then you might want to say, what the heck? Anyway, I'm not coming back. Or my plan was to go anyway. But if that is not your plan, you want to stick to the rules of this game. Do you have enough funds? Relocation is big business, it's big money. It involves a lot of money. Coming here with £1,000 is a lot of money back home, but over here is not a lot. Are you the sociable one who will be able to mix with fellow Nigerian students you see and to be able to say, let's come together so that we can manage, we can share bills till everyone is stable? Do you realize that you will be spending another amount for IHS charge, another if you're going to switch even to a tier 2 visa, if that's your plan, to switch to a tier 2 visa when you get here? Do you know that it requires a lot of funds as well, as much as £2,000? I don't want you to come and say we will just rough it anyhow. It can be really, really depressing. When you say, oh, I wasn't doing well way back at home and now I'm here, I'm still struggling. Is this the life? Please just have a rethink now. If you are already here and you are in your premium tiers stage, guys, it will not last forever. All I can do is just to encourage you to say, be on the lookout, to say, mix with people that are, your fellow students, or because it's not easy. Staying with people who will get tired of you in no time and you be like, hey, oh me, who had a roof over my head now, somebody's treating me this. You need to be emotionally studied. Study. Because relocating will test your emotions. It will test you. You need to be emotionally studied because relocation will test you. And I do not want you to fall into this category of saying, I wish I didn't make this decision. I regret coming. I wish this wasn't this. I don't want you to be in that position, guys. And so I need to let you know, you can japa without premium tiers. If coming as a student is too much for you, guys, open your eyes to opportunities, job opportunities that could help you to relocate with less stress. Coming in as a student, if you're coming alone is fine, but if you're coming with a family, you need to be extra prepared. Because it's going to cost you a lot more than you thought costed you coming into the UK. Now when you arrive with your family, it's going to cost you even more. Are you the type who, can you tell me that you can do anything just to get by at the initial stage, or you are the egoistic type that will say, I can't do no menial jobs, I can't do this, I can't. If you are in that shoes, please, you want to have to rethink your relocation, because at some point you might need to do some menial jobs just to get by, to stabilize and to, augment, the 20 hours that you're allowed to work. Can you do these things? Do you have reliable sources who will not, back out on you when you get here? Can you tick the box of being emotionally sturdy? Can you tick the box of having enough funds? Can you tick the funds of having reliable people here? I'm not even saying might not be family, might just be fellow students. Can you be the type who will loosen up and not say, and not just be, it's really, really, really tough out here for people who have traveled without ticking all their boxes, right? Don't go borrow money and think that once you get here you will just make all the money. It doesn't come like that. Jobs might not come as fast as you expect, because some employers would prefer to employ full-time, staff than to employ students who are, not only 20 hours job. So if things don't go according to plan and you don't get a job within the first, second or third month, are you financially capable to survive? Or do you have anyone who is going to be able to render help to you? If you are not sure about all these things, you want to rethink it, because there's nothing as more horrible as going through all the things you need to go through, dotting your I's, and then coming here to say, I regret I regret this decision. It's really sad, and I really feel for a lot of people who are currently, going through this tough time, who are depressed, who are saying, man, I'm going back home, which was not their initial plan. This is just to save anyone from unnecessary headache and from heartache and from saying, why did I make this decision? Have you really prayed about it? Because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that you should do it as well. I really hope that everyone who is going through, this seemingly tough time, especially as students, that I just want to encourage you that it's not going to last for long. It's a really tough situation where you are. Don't give up. Do the best you can. Open up, seek advice, mix with people so that you can know or get information on how things could be easier for you and your family. My heart goes out especially to those who have relocated with their families, who are having it tough, who the children are like, we didn't beg to be put in this situation, or maybe one partner is the one that coerced the other person, and like, look at the nonsense that you have put us in. I really hope that you settle down and, you have a japa free of tears, of regrets, of depression, of heartache, of debts as well. Guys, that is it for today. If you've not liked, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Let your friends who are planning to relocate or, to the UK or anywhere in the abroad, tell them they need to see this video so they are better prepared of what is ahead of them, and they do not fall into the category of people who are regretting and who are depressed, who are having heartaches because of their decision to have relocated. Thank you guys, and see you again on my next video. Bye for now.